So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
We're back.
Woo!
We got a new
Happy
color.
New Year!
Happy New Year. We're a month into the new year, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
This is
At
the
least I don't have
first.
the glasses.
This is the first time that Gloria and I have spoken to each other in a month.
I haven't seen you since in a year.
Outside of one phone call, I think we've been on. Because I called you about an email, but other than that,
I remember that. Oh yeah, because that was like last week.
Yeah,
okay.
Other than that, we haven't spoken.
Yeah.
So, but that means we took an actual break.
Woo!
Holy
Usually we
shit.
squeeze like 2 interviews in our break.
An interview, a podcast, we
exactly.
said that's
Just
enough.
Sprinkle it in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a new color in case you haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're red now, and we have a new number in front of the season. It's season 7 now.
Woo! We can't do season 6, episode 9 joke anymore. We did that last season, but it's just like, is there anything good with like 7?
We're
not going to episode 77. I know that. So
7, 8, 9.
we're not going to 89. If we're not getting to 77, Shane, what makes you think we're getting to 89?
I don't know. I was just trying to find the silver lining in the fact that there are no funny jokes to come out of this season. Sorry, guys. It's gonna be our most boring season yet. Straddle in. We're gonna be serious.
Mm-hmm.
So, no shows, but I think that the more important thing to talk about, since there are no shows and we can't just go right in and talk about music, is talking about Fall Out Boy, because that is exciting. They've got a new song coming out on Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
The cover art, supposedly, for the album was leaked from a pretty reliable source.
Yeah.
That watermark is on a lot of album covers that wind up being legit.
Yeah, they're real.
And I think they're gonna follow the way Panic at the Disco rolled out their record, because Panic put out their title track, the lead single, on a Wednesday at 10 a.m. announced the record with it and announced the tour with it.
That's they're both on Fuel by Ramen, right?
They're both on Fuel by Ramen, and they're both managed by the same company. And
Paramore is also on Fuel by Ramen, right?
They're on Atlantic,
I was about to say, because they dropped the title track and they dropped. Okay. I was about to be like, "Ooh, it comes in 3s," but no, no, it does not. It's not.
Well, Emo Trinity, kind of.
Oh, that's 21 Pilots, the 5 bottles in the 5th month of the year, and that's crazy. It makes sense, but it's like I don't want it to make sense.
No, it makes sense for you because you used to be a clicky. To me, exactly. I just read it and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm subscribed to the 21 Pilots subreddit because
it's crazy. But I get it.
Yeah,
you guys are onto something.
The ex-clicky over here would be like, oh my god, they're so right.
Bro, my wall would be covered in theories right now. Just like it's oh my god. But yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but the teaser that they dropped is enticing. Like, it's exciting, It's
better than the other single that they dropped.
I like that song.
Well, I liked it and I revisited it like 2 months ago. But I think it's better than that one.
Yeah, that song that they dropped to promote the Hella Mega Tour, they didn't think it was good enough to play out during the Hella Mega Tour.
Which is crazy! How are you gonna drop a song and then just like not play it? That's ridiculous. That makes me a little. And then they just did a show, right? And they didn't even play the new song.
Well, I was thinking that since it was like sold out iHeartRadio show.
Oh my god, it was iHeart?
Yeah, it was the iHeartRadio, their alter ego. They do an alt show every January at the Kia Forum, and I thought that because the stage was so big, and it's sold out arena show, it's being live streamed,
why not debut it?
that they would like live debut it a couple days early, so it's not like the song's already out and they didn't play it. That was just wishful thinking on my end that I didn't have to wait until Wednesday to hear it. Yeah. But I think that it's exciting. I saw someone like compare it to From Under the Cork Tree, like a B-side, and I think it's channeling a little bit more older Fall Out Boy than some of the other shit that's kind of been out of left field. Mania.
You can't hear me right now if you're listening. I'm blinking angrily at Shane right now.
Mania's not a bad. I'm not saying that it's a bad album per se. I'm saying that I'm more excited about the new stuff because it sounds like the Fall Out Boy that I enjoy.
It sounds like American Beauty, American Psycho mixed with Save Rock and Roll to me. So I don't know what anybody's like coming with like it sounds like Cork Tree. Guys, it sounds like, I forget what their first album's called. It sounds like that, guys. It's okay to like their new sound. You don't have to say it sounds like a demo that you dug up from like 20 years ago, man, to like it. It's okay. Oh, it's crazy.
But I'm excited. We're gonna duke it out next week because I'm sure Glory and I are gonna have differing opinions on it.
We both like it.
Well, we'll probably both wind up liking it, but when we go to compare it, we're both going to be like, and how the hell did you hear that in it? I mean, we're already doing it, and it was a 10-second clip.
That's true. That's true.
But
it's not looking so good.
Yeah, I am hoping that Fall Out Boy takes a lot of my money come Friday with this tour announcement that I'm sure is impending.
That's not coming to Virginia, so I'll be safe.
Yeah,
where would they play?
You can live.
Virginia?
You can live vicariously. Well, there was one leaked date that's in October that was in an amphitheater in Connecticut. You guys have an amphitheater.
We have like 3.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have an amphitheater.
Don't come to Virginia. I don't have the money for you.
Well, what the hell do you think they were going to be doing? Playing fucking basements?
No, I think they'd be playing like arenas or something. I don't know the gauge of Fall Out Boy. I feel like I'm out of touch with them.
I think arenas, amphitheaters, it all kind of that's where they're going to be at, but it depends on what season they tour it. If you tour in the summer, amphitheaters I love going to amphitheaters. I love seeing shows outside.
I've only done like one amphitheater, and that was her.
Well, I don't. No one recommends that you get on the lawn. Yeah,
I know. I was young. I was dumb. I was like, the lawn. It looks so cheap on the map, and it's $20. Why not? Until I knew they packed 1,000 of us, like 20 feet of grass. It was awesome. But yeah, okay. It depends on the openers. If the openers are like worthwhile, I would go. But if it was just like Fall Out Boy and like Jaden,
I'll be there no matter what.
I know.
Yeah, because I love Fall Out Boy.
You went to Hella Mega, right?
I went to Hella Mega. It poured during Fall Out Boy's set, and I was standing with my mom under the concourse, and I said, I didn't wait 2 years and spend a lot of money on this show to watch it from the concourse, and I went down and got soaked. I did not care. I had the best time. It was great.
There you go, man.
It was great. Hey. They put on a great show. Lots of fire. It was awesome.
Lots of fire in the rain.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
So manifesting that the tour is good. I'm thinking / hoping and praying that they're announced as a headliner for Bamboozle Fest, because right now I'm not getting my money's worth on that $360 ticket. Biscuit.
You got a puppet, man.
Biscuit ain't paying for it, bruh.
And it's not Limp Bizkit either. Imagine if like Limp Bizkit was there.
No, they are.
That'd be cool. Wait, fuck, what?
That's why
I thought Bizkit was a puppet.
No, the puppet is what was his name? Jack. The poet. They announced a poet. He blocked me on it. Yeah, the poet. He blocked me on Instagram because I asked if this was a joke under the announcement post, and he didn't like that.
Asked if it was a joke. That's crazy. Oh my god, there he is. Oh my god.
So.
Oh my god, somebody wrote like a whole paragraph in response to you. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was doing a little trolling in the Bamboozle Fest lineup announces during phase 2 because they were getting ridiculous,
Mm-hmm. Like, how are you gonna announce a poet and a puppet back to back? I feel like you have to space that out like a little bit.
It's not even the fact that if they had just announced that alongside other artists, I wouldn't have cared. The artist could have sucked total ass, and I wouldn't have cared because at least there were other musical artists.
I just saw your comment under the puppet. Simply can't defend this one. 18 likes.
I've kind of made a name for myself in the Bamboozle Festival community.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh my god, everyone is so mad. Oh my god.
Well, Glory,
this is crazy.
Put yourself in the shoes of a Bamboozle Fest ticket holder.
$700.
You spent at least $360 to get into the festival. Okay, you bought it on the hopes that the headliners would be alumni such as LMFAO, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, Jonas Brothers, and
holy shit, they peaked. They peaked with LMFAO. That's crazy.
And instead, you get promised a headliner during Phase 2. Instead, John D goes, you guys get no headliners for Phase 2, and you get a puppet and a poet. And the most exciting act that was announced during Phase 2 is Attila.
That made me sad. That just all the joy. Attila, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So yeah, next Thursday is the third and final announcement, Phase 3, where we get the headliners, and they're promoting it with Put Up or Shut Up, which most likely means All Time Low.
So that's gonna go over well.
Yeah. So that's gonna be good. But hopefully All Time Low isn't like the headliner for like any of the categories, because that'll show you where the festival's at and where we're setting the headliner bar, because that band is not headlining size for a big festival. I'm still manifesting an LMFAO reunion for the
that'd be sick. Yeah.
And a Fall Out Boy and a Jonas Brothers to make this ticket worthwhile.
Ungravy.
So you can honestly follow us on Twitter, because if the lineup is bad, I'm probably gonna have a live mental breakdown.
And I'll just be laughing.
Yeah, and then start trying to figure out ways to sell my ticket, because I don't have to see Biscuit that bad.
No, you've already seen them. You're already best friends with Fred.
It'll just be Biscuit and me going to heckle the poet.
Imagine him trying to, like, I don't know what poets do. They just kind of stand up there and they read or something. I don't know. And he's just fucking yelling from the crowd because it's silent. So you're like, do you say it back to him? What do you do in that situation?
Recite the poem back like it's fucking karaoke. Holy shit. That is funny.
That's crazy.
That is funny. Yeah, so we're going to talk about music because we've officially lost it. Anti-Flag put out their new album, Lies They Tell Our Children. I thought that this record slapped pretty hard. And a majority of the singles were the ones with features. And there were obviously some songs on here that didn't have features. And then it's not like all of the singles were just the feature songs, and then the rest were like... So my point is, I think that all of the features on the record actually fit really well. Like, I think they did a good job of picking artists that are in a similar vein of like the genre that they make, and also like what this band kind of stands for, and what these songs
kinda
are
like
talking
the same
about.
Political vein,
because it's definitely politically charged. So I think
that band is called Anti-Flag.
Exactly, definitely politically charged. So I think that they did a great job with that, and it makes for a great listening experience. You know, it's not like 100%. They're just pulling the biggest name out because why not? You know,
that's funny to think about. But yeah, definitely great features. Great picks. I thought it was funny. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the British thing. Because I was listening to the music and I was like, you know what? Doesn't sound British. No, I don't hear it. I
didn't hear it anymore.
And then the Shrita song came on, the one with Pink Shift. And I was like, he's British again. That's great. It's like, I don't know what. And you said you could hear it in that one. So I know I'm not crazy, but I don't know what he did, why he chose to speak that way with a little fake British accent. but I would like more of it. I want more people to fake singing in British accents because British people get to sing in American accents, so we should sing in their accents. Let's do a little swip swap. Um, but yeah, I really liked this record. I kind of wish it came out later in the year, but obviously they already started the rollout because I'm scared of forgetting this record when album of the year comes around because it's so good that I do want to revisit it and I do want to have it on at least honorable mentions if I do remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I think that it's truly like a statement when a decent sized artist like puts out a record first week of the year or like within the first couple of weeks. I always respect it because it's like, all right, hopefully your record is good and hopefully you're ready to do the legwork to make sure that people remember your record for the rest of the fucking year.
Have they already announced like a tour or something? Because usually that's what they do.
They're going on tour, and they toured in the fall, so they're always on the road, you know.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Lincoln dropped an album, Everything Is Wrong. I really liked this record, like a lot. I haven't listened to Lincoln in a while, ever since we interviewed them, but dude, this is my jam. This is winter shit. I love it. I love it. So it's like that cozy music. It's so good.
It so good. Wasn't quite what I was expecting because, like, obviously we interviewed him right when they put out that St. Bernard 7-inch, and we chatted about that. And we chatted about the EP, and that was a little bit more like emo-ish and like a little bit more like guitar driven. This is very
DIY
like,
almost.
Yeah, this
like
is
DIY sounding.
Exactly. This is like got a lot of piano going on, and like totally out of left field. But I think that it really captures the emotion of like these songs better than an acoustic guitar could.
100%. Yeah.
Obviously I'm partial to the song with Pollyanna on it. Jill sang on that on the second song on the record. What is it? Oh Lord 2. Yeah. So I'm partial to that one, but I really enjoyed this record. But as I said, not what I was expecting. Like the opener, I was like, okay, that's cool. We're gonna get into to the stuff I've heard previously, you know. And then it just kept going, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine, man. It's all good because it's awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's 2023 and it's awesome, man.
It's awesome. Everything
is awesome.
Yeah.
Hail the Sun dropped a new single, Mine Rider. This song fucking slaps. It's got riffs, bro, let me tell you.
Hell yeah. It does. It caught me off guard for a second because I don't know. I've been listening to like the same album on repeat for the past month that we were on vacation or so. I don't know. It was like 3 weeks. But it caught me off guard because this is the first thing in the playlist, and I was like, oh my god, is this what's his name? I'm just naming bands he's the lead singer of. Sound of Animals Fighting. Anthony Green. It's like they're like, I see you shaking your head. I see you shaking your head. I know it's not. I know for a fact it's not because we spoke to this man.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm hearing it. I'm like, oh my god, they're like in the same like little circle of like interesting vocals where it's kind of like it's completely different to like what you're used to listening to, I guess, the basic vocals. And I love it so much. It makes me so happy because I love those types of vocals. Anthony Green was a little harder for me to get into because I don't frequent his music, but I have listened to Hail the Sun like a good bit of times. So I listened to it and I was like, oh shit, yes. Yes. All this was positive. It wasn't.
So the funny part about you comparing them like that is I totally kind of see the comparison a little bit in vocals, and they're also on tour together right now.
Oh,
and both of them have solo projects alongside 40 billion other side projects.
They're always doing stuff, man. They need to sleep.
Donovan and Anthony are always on tour. Always.
Always.
So yes, but
always on tour with one of their trillion bands.
Yeah.
Sleep. It's okay. It's okay to take a break, guys. Enter Shikari dropped a new single. In parentheses, please. End parentheses. Set me on fire. So real. So real.
Too real.
A little a little too real. This song was amazing. I don't have we covered Enter Shikari before? It's a name we don't mention often. I don't think we've done it.
I feel
And if
like
we have,
we've
it's only been like
started
once.
covering them. We didn't get their last record, but they put out a couple of songs that I don't think are on the record they just announced that we covered. They did a song with Wargasm that I'm almost positive made it onto our playlist.
Yeah, I mean it's orgasms.
So it's a fairly new band that we've started, not in like fairly new, but like fairly new to us.
Yeah.
I'm really liking this song though. It's a little out of left field, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's very good.
We wouldn't have covered them because they've only dropped 3 singles. I mean, they dropped an acoustic album,
Nope.
as everyone did in 2021.
Nope.
But in 2020, when we were barely taking this thing seriously, they dropped an album. So I think they're just now starting a new rollout for something. So we're catching them just in time.
So true. Yeah, the album's announced. I could not give you a release date on that because I cannot remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it is announced, and there is a release date for it. And
I'm looking forward to it.
They announced release shows on both coasts, New York and Los Angeles.
Are you
No.
hitting the new? It's worth an ask.
I'm not going to New York unless they're playing in fucking Madison Square Garden. Other than that, I get scared because I got lost that one time.
That's fair, yeah. Because Madison Square Garden has the train station right under it, right?
Yeah, that's the big station that the New Jersey trains go into. So after that, you're on your own, and
damn,
not
that's
good.
Scary.
Yeah,
that's awful. Yeah, but I liked it.
Me too. Paramore dropped a new single, "C'est comme ça," I think is how they pronounce it in the song.
In the song, yeah.
Throws me off because there's a little accent, the bottom thingy on the C in ka. But I'm just gonna go with how I heard Haley pronounce it.
Yeah, to me, my brain reads it "c'est comme ça," but I think it's French. I don't think it's Spanish. Yeah. So I was like, it can't be pronounced that way because that's French.
Yeah. This one was definitely the out of left field song the most with this rollout so far. Sorry, I'm looking up if the press release like says what the language is that the song is fucking.
I mean, it looks like it's French.
Yes, French for "it's like that."
Oh.
Definitely the most out of left field one. I heard it and I was like, I'm not quite sure about this one. Like, this is why it's so fucking groovy. It was love at first sight. The news, I think it's impressive how they can make a commentary on like what's going on today, and it's not like ironic coming from them because they actually like do shit about it. But this one was just like, this is weird. Like, this is definitely feels more like an album cut that's like a ballsy single. But after a couple listens, I was like, no, this is good, because I was like talking on Discord as one does, and I saw a lot of people like throwing it away right away because it wasn't like the other couple of songs they put out, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna give this a chance. I'm gonna do that, and I'm glad I did. Because I remain very excited for this album. Very,
as you should,
excited.
As you should. Yeah, it's not love at first sight like how This Is Why was. The news hasn't really like caught up to me yet. I don't know. I listened to it a handful of times and was like, okay, you know, it's good. Obviously it's Paramore, it's good. But this one, I listened to it about 3-4 times just to, you know, kind of like cement it into my head and actually get like a good review for it. But when I heard the teaser, I was like, oh no. I was like really worried because I don't want to shit on Paramore. I like them and I'm finally getting into them. Well, side note,
nice.
But it's about time, right?
Yeah,
dude, it's like sure. It's like 3 years overdue.
Mm-hmm.
But I was worried, and then I listened to the full thing and I was like, oh, okay, this is good. As you said, just gonna echo what you said. Definitely a deep cut off the album, because it doesn't have like a little catchy, this is what it didn't have. That it wasn't upbeat, it wasn't a hot topic like the news, and it was just kind of like, it's like a little French moment. I don't know. It feels like a song that I personally would skip to get to another song. It feels like something that's sandwiched in between two really good songs. I don't know what the oh my god, what if it's like the closer? Oh, I'd kill myself. It's just like, it's good. Is it my favorite? No. Is it gonna be my favorite off the record? Probably not, because she kind of mumbles in it, and it's kind of more of a talking song rather than like a sing-along song. I don't know. It's not what I wanted, but it's better than my first impression to it, is my review.
Fair enough. It is not the closing track. It is sandwiched. It's track 4. It's sandwiched in between Running Out of Time and Big Man, Little Dignity.
Big Man, Little Dignity is going to be my favorite.
You're calling it now?
I'm claiming
track 5?
that one. Yeah, I'm claiming it.
Okay.
that one's, please be good, please.
But I am very excited for this album. Right now, we're going to talk about them next, but it's looking like it's going to edge out the Pierce the Veil album in what gets the first listen on that day, February 10th. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Introduce the next topic so I can talk about it more.
Thank you. Pierce the Veil dropped a new single, Even When I'm Not With You. I preferred this over the Paramore song. That's my take. Oof. So it looks like I'll be listening to Pierce the Veil while you're listening to Paramore, because this was good. It was better than, don't tell me, Emergency Contact, but not as good as, don't tell me. It's on my shirt.
Past the Nirvana.
Fuck. This close, tip of my tongue. But yeah, this is very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely happier that it was like a little bit more upbeat than Emergency Contact, because that one was like obviously sadder. But yeah, I liked it a lot. Very excited for this album.
Fair enough. I like the song. Okay. And I know what they're going for is the love song thing, but when I'm listening to Pierce the Veil, I don't want like a rock song. I want like the post-hardcore kind of shit. Like I want it to be a little heavy, and that's just not what I'm getting out of this album cycle so far. Outside of Past Nirvana, I was very excited about that song, but like it just feels like I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say that this is what the record sounds like, because I haven't heard it, but I'm hoping that's not the case. Like I'm gonna hold on to that hope that like Past Nirvana is not the heaviest song on the record. Not expecting like crazy breakdowns here. I'm just expecting more songs in that vein, Yeah,
that's fair.
Emergency Contact, I was like, okay, we got like the slower song out of the way. Okay, they wanted to put that as a single, whatever. But we're here with the love cut off of the record, and I'm like, okay, did we run out of heavy songs, or are we saving them? So I'm a little skeptical, a little worried. I'm still excited for the album because it has been a minute since not Paramore. Well, it's been a minute since Paramore's put out an album too. But it's been a minute since Pierce the Veil has put out a record. So it's hard to not be excited about it. But that's kind of where I'm at. I need more heavy. That's what it's not what I want, it's what I need to keep living.
Yeah. It is especially weird because they did debut the new album with the heaviest song so far out of the 3 that they've dropped. And you would expect them to put the heavier songs like in the front to be as singles, because they are very popular now amongst TikTok kids with oh my god, not Bulls in the Bronx.
King for a Day.
King for a Day. Thank you. I don't know what's going on, man. They're very popular, and that's seen as a heavier song. I mean, they scream, they have breakdowns, they don't have chug riffs. But you know,
That
they
song
do
was
the thing.
fucking batshit before I listened to like metalcore and shit, bro. I was like, this is the heaviest
No
thing
way.
ever.
But it's just like you would expect them to try and like monetize on that and be like, no guys, see, look, we still do this, we still do this. But it looks like they're kind of like trying to get away from that. And it's strange because it's like, wouldn't you want to put your like heavier stuff that resembles that era, that song more like forward, so then those people who are looking you up like listen to that, they're more drawn to that versus a sadder song like Emergency Contact or a love song like Even When I'm Not With You.
I think it definitely still panders to their audience because I've seen a lot of love for both of those songs, and because they're not bad songs, you know, they're still great songs. I just think that like Emergency Contact in my head made sense, kind of weird as a second single to put out a slower song, but I get it because you know, there have been a lot of bands that we've spoken to that have done that. You know, they've put out a slower song at some point, because you know they can't all be fast bangers, and that's fine as much as I'd love it to be that way. But you know, obviously everybody they all change as humans. What they want their band to sound like changes. It's just like, I'm hoping that there's not a huge shift sonically, because although each record has had a slight sonic shift, I would argue the records that had the least amount of sonic shift was the two middle ones. The one with King for a Day, Collide with the Sky, and Selfish Machines. I would argue those two were the ones with the least amount of sonic shift on them. But you know, with how much of a gap there is in between their albums, it makes sense that they're not going to make the same album multiple times, and that's not what I want. I'm just I want Pierce the Veil songs. Yeah, that's all.
I'll take it however.
Yeah, I just want Pierce the Veil songs. I want what I know Pierce the Veil for, and what I like the most about Pierce the Veil are those heavier songs. You know, as much as I would love another Carphenalia or another King for a Day, I'm not expecting that, but I just want to be like, oh my god, I'm such an angsty teenager, you know, and not do that to Emergency Contact.
Yeah, I completely agree, because you can't do that to Emergency Contact.
You can cry. That's about it.
Yeah, that's not being an angsty teen, though. That's being a sad teen, man.
Well, like, you could be fun. Like sad and angsty at the same time, man.
That's fair. That's putting on Past the Nirvana and then Emergency Contact on back to back.
Exactly. So they've still got it, you know.
Yeah.
But this is just me begging someone to give us the record. That's pretty much where I'm at. You know?
Exactly. So then we don't have to pick which one to listen to.
I'm sick of waiting. I want to hear it now. It's been since 2016. What is that? 6 years? It's been too long.
7.
It's been far too long.
Wow, that's 7 years. I was 11 when their album first dropped. That's strange. Yeah, it's really strange.
Yeah, doesn't that make you feel old?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Concrete Castle has dropped a new single, Dollhouse. I think that this song slaps, but you want to know what would slap harder? If they would announce the fucking record already.
Real. I'm gonna say my part now.
Yeah.
I agree though. drop the announcement, drop the headlining tour, just drop everything. I liked how eerie this was when it first started. I really liked it a lot. This single was great. I loved her vocals on it. I loved just everything about the track. And this went into my playlist immediately because it was just like, it was really good. I would also like the album or EP, whatever you're working on.
Yeah. I've just been, I say it every single time, been digging these singles so far, a smidge more than the record, because the record was, you know, very much pop. This is a little bit more like there's been some, you know, poppy kind of breakdowns in there and shit. Like I'm here for it. A little smidge of angst, you know?
Yeah, they're definitely doing the shift now.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It fits them a lot more, actually.
Mhm.
Yumi at 6 dropped a new single, My Dopamine, and it's in between the two little things.
It's not a colon. What the fuck is it?
I don't know what it is. It's the one that you use when you're saying like an example. Not an example, when you're saying like this.
Yeah. Well, I looked up the two dots and then put thing, and it just gave me the dictionary definition for thing.
Colon. It is a colon.
Is it a colon? Oh, I thought the colon had
You got it right.
I thought the colon was the one with the fucking comma on the bottom.
That's a semicolon.
Oh, it is a colon. I should probably go back to grammar school. Holy shit. So anyways, they pushed the record back. It comes out February 10th now.
Oh my god.
They pushed
that
it back.
That day's getting a little crowded.
Yeah, it is getting a little crowded. That's another pretty big record coming out that day.
Yeah.
So that's that. They delayed it for vinyl reasons. They want the vinyl to be out same day. I'm digging this song. I've been digging all of the songs so far, and I'm very glad because I really did not like their last record. But I've been loving it, and I think that this song is no exception. It's great, and I hope that the album is good. We were supposed to find out, I think, on Friday, but now we wait until February 10th. And hope it does not get overshadowed by Paramore and Pierce the Veil. When Pierce the Veil drops when Pierce the Veil drops the heaviest bangers ever.
Yeah, the two soft songs are the only soft songs. The rest, it's like you can't even understand Vic because he's screaming so much. That's what I want.
There's got to be some angst. Sorry to go back to it, but there's got to be some angst in that album. They wrote it during the pandemic, bro.
Exactly, like all that pent up anger. Like, come on, man. All the protests. Come on, Vic. I know you have something to say. Say it.
Yeah,
it's okay. We want it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was very good. Sad to hear that the record got postponed. But it's always interesting to see bands postpone it for vinyls, because then you think, is it because they want you to listen to it for the first time on vinyl, or is it because they just simply want everybody to have their stuff when it finally gets out? I don't know. It's interesting because I don't know. Then that means they care about how listeners are listening to it for the first time, how their fans are actually taking in the music. And, you know, they get their little transitions on the vinyl and stuff. So that's always cool, but I liked it, and I guess I'll listen to it after Pierce the Veil and Paramore. Damn it, guys! You couldn't have gone like the week after or something. Like,
make sure the vinyl is actually there. But you know, they're a big enough band where, like, granted, I think they'll still chart pretty well. Paramore's gonna have that number 1 slot, I'm sure, just because they're the biggest band putting out a record that week. But I think they're gonna chart just fine, you know. Not like they're gonna
want Pierce the Veil to get number 1.
All right, well, you're gonna have to stream the album a lot.
That's too much work. Good luck, guys. Get some payola or something. I don't know.
And for our last track that we're gonna talk about, In Flames dropped a new single, Meet Your Maker. This song fucking slaps. I'm very excited about this album. You want to know another record coming out on February 10th?
Don't tell me.
You're looking right at it. It's called In Flames. It's their album.
Jesus Christ.
Forgone,
did everybody just like want to release? What's so special about February 10th that everyone and their mother wants to drop on that day?
I wish I could tell you, but we'll probably drop an album on that day too. I think that's when we're going to drop our mixtape. Just to compete.
Good noise.
Yeah. To compete with Paramore. I think we're going to take them down, no problem.
Paramore is going to be number 2 because of us.
Yeah, they don't have a single shot. But I think that this song is good. And I'm excited for the album nonetheless.
Me too. I'm excited.
If it comes out on February 10th.
I like this song, and I'm excited to listen to it on February 10th.
Exactly.
Oh my god. It's ridiculous.
But that is all the topics we have to talk about today. So you can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. Instagram is Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Every audio streaming service ever is Good Noise Podcast. Bandcamp is Good Noise Records.bandcamp.com. Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Corey's got your Patreon supporters, Twitch subs, and your important plugs. And then we're going to sign off.
Thank you to our Patreon supporters, my brother, my uncle, Matt from Pulses, Jeremy, Brady, Zari, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch subs, Coaster Lover, Buzz Lightskin, Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Sam and Zari.
And Coaster Lover hit us with a resub during this stream, so thank you for that.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Coaster
your
Lover.
support.
Woo, 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 woo. Claps for all the people who support us. Important plugs. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Be a decent person. Get your booster vaccine if you can. I think I'm getting mine next week. Pray it doesn't make me feel sick. We'll be good. I'll still be showing up for interviews.
We'll be here
no matter
anyway.
What. I don't know. Just be a good person. Still support your local bands because it's hard being in a band, or so I've heard.
Yeah, I'm not in a band, but it's pretty hard.
You talk to bands. We talk to bands.
Yeah.
You manage bands.
Yeah.
So, we're kind of in that circle.
It's not easy.
No. Mm-mm. That's it.
But that is everything we have for you today. I have been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.